Hi, with just a few weeks left for CAT 2022, now is the time to go ahead and solidify your personal exam taking strategy. With that in mind, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you the All India Open Mock CAT. Know exactly where you stand against thousands of CATers and get video solutions and a live mock attempt. What more? There are also thousands of scholarships up for grabs.
All right. So, good noon, good afternoon, Ridhima. The history of words, basically the study of origin of words, right? That is etymology. Etymon means origin, logy means study. So you see what I did there? I broke the word into its constituent parts. This is what we are going to do throughout our session today, and we are going to look at various question types in which I have incorporated this technique, right? So it will be fun, and let's begin. Welcome, Ishan. Great. That's good that it matches your request. Yes. Just a second. So before we begin, you've already seen the video, right? You know that there's an All India Open mock that is live. It will go live from 30th September to 9th October. So do take it, and in case you have any queries, then you will have mock attempts also by experts. You'll also have question-wise video solutions. Even after that, if you want to discuss something, we can discuss that here in our sessions, right? So do take it. It will help you to evolve a strategy. It will let you know where you stand currently. Okay, there's no better way to check your preparation than a mock. So we'll look at some common root words today. As I told you, we'll learn some words based on these roots, and we'll also solve different question types. That's on our agenda. Right. Good. Correct, Apurva. Etymology deals with the origin and derivation of words. Now, here's a question, an antonym question in front of your screen, and you have to tell me what is the correct antonym of this given word. Okay, the correct antonym of this given word. Planned. And if you notice carefully, there is something that's common in all these words, something running through all these words. So we'll see what that means. First of all, tell me the antonym. Yes. Let's see. Let's see who answers the fastest. Yes. Planned is not a difficult word. Yes. So what is the antonym of planned? Something that's unplanned. Which of the words means unplanned here? Contravention means unplanned. If I say your actions are in contravention to our rules, then does that mean that they're unplanned? So let's see what the others say. Come on, others. Okay, B. Okay, I've got B also. All right. What else? Just a second. Yeah. So if you look here, see, vent is the root here. Vent. Okay, and knowing the meaning of this root will actually help you to remember all these words. That is the effort, right? So vent means something that comes to you. Okay, basically come is the meaning. Come, go, these are the meanings of vent. So how does it relate to these words? Contravention. When something comes into conflict, when something contra means against, isn't it? So when something comes into conflict with something else. So if I say your actions are in contravention to our rules, that means your actions come in conflict with our rules. So that is why this is not the answer. Contravention is a violation, a conflict, etc. Okay. So let me write the simple meaning here. Venturesome. Yes, if I call someone venturesome, the word comes from venture, right? We've added some to it later on. What's a venture? Yes. Good afternoon, Amrit. Good to see you. A venture, when someone starts their own venture, basically they are going into uncharted waters. They are going into unknown territories. Yes, they are taking a risk. So basically, to go to a place that is unknown for you, right? That is risky for you. That is the meaning of the word venture actually. Okay, so if I say he has started his own venture, that means yes, as an entrepreneur, he's undertaken some risk. Similarly, if I say he ventured into that forest even without knowing its whereabouts. So if I say that even without knowing his friends' whereabouts, sorry, right? So if I say that, that means he went into the forest even though he did not know the details, the ins and outs of the forests, right? Forest. So venture means as a verb to basically go and take risk, right? If you venture into something, you go somewhere and you take risk. So to take or assume risk by doing something. Okay, so going by this, a venturesome person is an adventurous person. See, adventure also comes from here only. An adventurous person is a venturesome person, someone who's likely to take risks, someone who likes to take risks. That person will be called a venturesome person, right? So, something that's daring can be called a venture. Absolutely, it's not just associated with businesses, so to say, right? So the idea is to show you that how these are related to the root vent. Okay, so venturesome, venture, adventure, adventurous, all of these are related to vent. Coming to inventive, yes, if I say, uh, this this method that has been suggested by you is so inventive, this product is so inventive. So what kind of a product or what kind of a method is it? Inventive. Very original, isn't it? Something that's very original, something that's very creative. Related to the word invent. When you invent something, you come up with something original. So invent, to come up with something original. Inventive, something that is original and creative. Absolutely correct, Subhendu. Creative is the answer. Innovative, correct. Scientific, not necessarily. Not necessarily scientific. It could be something based on a temporary jugaad also, right? So it does not always have to be highly scientific. Okay, coming to circumvent. Okay, if I say you circumvented this rule, you circumvented our company's rules. So what have you done? If you've circumvented some rules, you have gone around those rules. You have not followed those rules. You've been dishonest in a way in not following those rules. So circum is around, vent means to come or go. As I told you, to come or go. So you've gone around those rules, right? To avoid following those rules. That is to circumvent the rules, right? And it's a negative word if you circumvent something. Yes, in a way you've cheated. Correct. You've broken the rules. Right. Okay. And the last word, adventitious. See, adventure. Adventure means, see, when I look at just the word adventure, basically something that comes to you. When you go on an adventure, in a way, it's something that has happened, something interesting is happening to you, something interesting is coming to you. Similarly, adventitious. The word means something that is unplanned, unexpected, something that happens by chance to you. It comes to you. Ad means to. Ad is a prefix that means to, towards. So when something happens adventitiously, that means it happens unexpectedly in an unplanned manner. Something that happens by chance, right? So now we know the meaning. The meaning is, now we know the opposite, sorry. The opposite is adventitious, and it means unplanned, unexpected, happening by chance. Right? Impulsive. Can I relate it to adventitious? See, usually adventitious means this only, something that happens to you by chance. Okay. So impulsive behavior, I don't think we can relate it to adventitious. No. Okay. An adventitious person. Okay. So if I say adventitious for a person, we use adventitious for circumstances, for things that happen to you, not for people. People are adventurous, right? People are adventurous. So an adventurous person may be impulsive, right? So I hope this is clear. Adventitious, let's say it was, going to that particular destination was a completely adventitious venture for me. Let's say, okay, adventitious also venture. I've used everything here. Something that was unintended, unplanned. Okay. All right. Hope this makes sense. So see, through just one question, we've learned 5 words, all 5 related to one root called went. Went means to come or go. Okay, adventure, venture. From these simple words to words such as venturesome, adventitious, circumvent, all of these have this root. So I hope now you will remember them. That is the purpose behind doing these questions with you. And these are the roots that we have learned. Circum means around. Contra is against. Ad is a prefix that means to or towards. To or towards. Right? Okay. Let's see another antonym question. Cowardly. You have to give me its antonym. A very easy question in terms of the answer. Alright, let's see what you say. Farthest in meaning to the given word. Another way of asking an antonym question. C. Okay, Amrit says C. Others. Varun also says C. Subendu C. All right. Valiant. Absolutely correct. C is the answer. All of you are correct. Valiant means somebody who is bold, brave, courageous. That person is valiant. Valor is the noun form, right? Okay. So, if you again notice, what is the common root that is running through all these words? The common root running through all these words is? Yes. Any guesses? What does the root val mean? Val. Something related to value. Okay. So val means something that is of value. It also means something that is strong or to be strong, right? So that is val. That is why somebody who is valiant is strong. That is the meaning. That is the meaning that we are learning here, right? Okay, I understand that the ENT suffix is also there, Yash Rocks, but my intention was to teach you this root, val. Something that is of value, and it also means to be strong. So a valiant person is a strong person, right? Convalescent. Convalescent. Yes, convalescent. So here this scent will come together. Convalescent. What do you say? Con means together. So con is a prefix that means together. Okay. Then val is again strong or strength. Strong or strength. Scent is basically becoming. For instance, adolescent. In the process of becoming an adult. So adult, that adult here, that is adult. Senescent, in the process of becoming a senior or basically old. Senescent is somebody who is growing old. That person is a senescent person. So adolescent, senescent, convalescent. So becoming, absolutely correct, Subhendu. Recovering. So a person who's recovering from an illness, who's recuperating. Okay, recuperating is a synonym. Who is recovering from an illness, recuperating, regaining his or her strength gradually, step by step, regaining strength. That person is called a convalescent person, right? So a convalescent soldier would be a recovering soldier. Okay, so this is how it is related to val, strength. So words can be broken into their constituent parts. That's one of the very beautiful aspects of words of language. Okay, and through knowing these roots, they are the roots because they are the very basic constituents, we can actually remember the meanings of these words in a much better way, because it becomes easier for our brain to do it, right? It now can categorize all these together at one place based on this root val. Okay, so convalescent, valiant, ambivalent, I think a lot of you already know the meaning of. Yes, who will tell me? Convalescent economy, that would be using convalescent in a metaphorical way. You can actually use it. It's a good expression. Convalescent economy. So you are in a way indicating as if the economy was suffering from an illness and now it is recovering. Yes, good, good. So tell me the meaning of ambivalent. All of you know this. You must have heard it somewhere or the other. Ambivalent. If you, I don't want to use it in a sentence, that will give away the meaning. Okay, neutral. No, not really neutral. Basically, when you have mixed feelings about something. Okay, mixed feelings. If I say she's ambivalent about the issue. So I understand why you are saying neutral. Basically, she does not have one side. Okay, that's why I understand. So val here again means strength. So both the viewpoints, ambi means both, right? Ambivert, a person who's half introvert, half extrovert. Basically, some parts introvert, some parts extrovert. Ambi, both. Ambidextrous, a person who can write using or who can use both the hands skillfully. So ambi, let me write some words here. Yes, I have space here. Ambivert, extrovert introvert का combination. Ambidextrous, dexter is hand, so using both your hands skillfully, okay, in manual labor, in writing, etc. Ambivalent, so val here means again when both your views about something, both your feelings about something are strong, that's when you are ambivalent about the issue, right? Okay, perfect. You are indecisive. You have mixed feelings about it. Correct. Okay, so my point was that again this val here refers to strength, convalescent, ambivalent, valiant, okay, equivalent. What does equivalent mean? If I say A is equivalent to B, yes. Ambiguous, yes, ambiguous also comes from there. It has ambi, which means both. So if something is ambiguous, it's not clear. You can have multiple or both interpretations in a way. Ambitious does not come from there. Ambitious has some other root. Equivalent, equal, absolutely correct. It's just a fancy word for equal. Okay. So if I say that, if you go on a leave without notifying us, that will be equivalent to leave without pay. Just giving an example. Okay, so leave without any notice is equivalent to leave without pay, right? In our organization, that means हम उसको equal मानते हैं. Okay, so equivalent, absolutely equal to or similar to, having equal value. Correct. Devaluation. So I think evaluation, revaluation, devaluation, all of these are related. So when we devalue something, its value decreases. D means down. So D is a prefix that means down. This means value. So devaluation is a decrease in value. right? Currencies undergo devaluations. In case you know about this, devaluation. So these are the roots that we've learned here. Val, which means value or to be strong. Ambi, which means both. And yes, equivalent. When I said equivalent, so equi, the root for this equi is this, equus. Okay, with an A, equus with an A, but it's written like this in English. The A skipped. It means equal. It means equal. Right? So equal, equivalent, equanimous, all of these have this equal wala root, equus. And this one, what does this one mean? Any idea? Good afternoon, Gaurav. What does this one mean? Equus. E. Equestrian. Equine. What do these words mean? Equestrian, equine. Any idea? Yes. Tell me, tell me. Related to horses. Absolutely correct. So this equus actually means horse. Okay. So equine means related to horses. Equine is an adjective that means related to horses. So just wanted to differentiate between these two for you, because although the spellings in English are the same, they mean different things. Don't associate this with equal. Equestrian, a horse rider, is called an equestrian, or someone who's skilled at riding horses, related to horse riding skills, is equestrian. Right? Yes, yes, absolutely. Bovine, vulpine, similar to that. Correct, correct. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Val, ambi, D was the prefix there, right? Equi, all of these. And con was a prefix that means together. Okay, so learning a lot of roots here, you can note them down, and this is something that started happening to me. I didn't start doing it on purpose. Once I learned some roots, no, whenever I read the newspaper and I came across new words, somewhere or the other, I could relate them to the roots that I knew. If of course those words were related to those roots, right? So something as simple as, let's say, revision. Okay, we keep on talking about revision. So I started breaking everything that I read. So viz means to see. Okay, so seeing something again. So this starts happening when you get acquainted with the etymological technique of remembering words, right? Okay, so nearest in meaning, repugnant. It's an adjective. Let me help you that much. Repugnant. Yes. Synonym you have to give me. Again, there's a common thread that runs through all of these. Let's see what you say. Okay. So Varun says C. Others? What do you say? A. All right. A again. E. Okay. Multiple responses. All right. E. Okay. Exception. Okay. If I find that something is repugnant, okay, if I find something repugnant, basically, I find it disgusting. I find it disgusting. Oh, so if I say I find lizards to be repugnant, okay, just something, I don't know. This has been there with me since childhood, right? So I that means I find them disgusting. All right. So the synonym for this is actually exceptionable. I'm happy that quite a few of you said A. I wasn't really sure that many of you would say A, because people associate it with exceptional. Exceptional and exceptionable are two different words. Okay, nearly opposite in meaning, right? So yes, repulsive, repulsive. So repugnant, disgusting, repulsive, all are synonyms, and even exceptionable is a synonym. Exceptionable is means something that is so bad that it stands out. It is so bad that it stands out. Okay, exceptional on the other hand is something that is so good that it stands out, right? If I say he or she is an exceptional student, that means he or she is so good that he or she stands out, right? That's the meaning. So the root that is running through all these words, by now you must have guessed it, is sept. Sept means taken. Also in some context, seized. So something that is so bad that it is taken out from the rest. Something that is so good that it is taken out from the rest. I will also tell you the etymology of this word in another question. I have a whole question that talks about the etymology of this word. Okay. Receptacle. What is receptacle? Yes, a receptacle. So I came across this word for the first time, receptacle, in novels that talked about, kings, queens, the royal food, royal drinks, particularly royal drinks. A receptacle for the wine that the queen was served. Yes, able. Yes, able. When we add that suffix, that makes things an adjective. Correct, correct. So a receptacle is a container, basically a container shaped like this. Okay. And it's used for holding things, for containing things. It's a container. So receptacle that has come from the word receive. Okay. It is something that takes things back into it for holding. So that's how it's called a receptacle. So a container, in a hollow container which can hold things. All right. Uh, okay, so yes, we do have sessions planned for these, Amrit, in this month also, and in by this month I mean October. So in October as well as in November, we'll start with a last lab to cat. So again, there we have sessions on all of these topics. Okay, so need not worry about this. Rowdy guy, Amrit, we have again our sessions are always focused on the exams that are near to us, right? So these exams are near us, we'll have sessions on this. Okay. Perception. Yes, perception, from the word perception comes perceptive, right? It's an adjective again. If someone is perceptive, they can take in their surroundings and understand them. Take in is to basically absorb your surroundings and understand them, right? So perceptive, take in and absorb and understand. Receptive, when you are receptive to others' ideas, again, you are able to understand their ideas and you are open to their ideas. Receptacle, open to holding something, right? What about this word? Accepting. Yes, accepting. All right, tell me, tell me. Accept, all of us have heard. What about accepting? It is just a formal word. It's a preposition again that means except for. That means except for. It can also be used as a substitute for excluding. So if I say, barring the last chapter, excluding the last chapter, accepting the last chapter, the book stands completed. So accepting is used in this sense, excluding. So except for the last chapter, the book stands completed. Right? So this is the meaning, except for, excluding, and no, this cannot be the answer. Except means taken out in a way, something that is an exception, again taken out. So if it's an exception to the norm, that means it is something that defies the norm in a sense. It does not follow the norm. It has been taken out. Okay, these are easy words. Yes, exception, accepting, perceptive also to some extent is very easy from the word perception. So the only new words here for you would be repugnant, exceptionable, and how it is different from exceptional, and receptacle. Right? Okay, so I hope you will remember these. The roots that we've seen through these: sept, which means taken or seized. As a prefix X and E, they mean out, so exception. That's why I was saying out again and again. Re means back, receptacle. It takes something back and then holds it. Per means through. When you perceive something, you are able to, in a way, understand things, see through things. That's the idea. Okay? All right then. So far we have seen some synonym, antonym questions. This is your last synonym question. After that, we'll see some other question types also. Okay. Yes. Closest in meaning to the given word. So your given word is benevolent. That's how it is pronounced, benevolent. What is closest in meaning to this? These are some really common roots. So if you go for any vocabulary book, no, even if you go for word power made easy, most of these roots you'll find there, right? So the idea was to give you these high frequency common roots only, because from these come the common words. Okay, and your exams ask you high frequency common words. Just that we are so not used to reading that we don't know even these common words. Okay, so all right. Repugnant smell. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely, Gaurav. So, see, all of us hear a particular word in a certain context and then we associate it with that context, right? So, you must have for the first time heard it or read it in this context. That's why I remember it this way. C, B, benevolent is somebody who is friendly. Yes, somebody who wishes well for you. Your well wisher would have benevolent feelings towards you. So most of you say C, magnanimous. Absolutely correct. C is the answer. We were looking for a synonym. So as questions, they are not very difficult questions. The idea is that we are learning a lot more words with these because of the roots involved. So ben means good. Okay, benefactor. Your benefactor is a person who supports you, your patron actually. So this person can support you in terms of your career, financially, emotionally. Such a person is your benefactor. Fact means to do. So somebody who does good for you. Benevolent. Somebody who vol here means wish. Okay, wish or will. Somebody who wishes well for you, wishes good things for you. Right. Beneficent. Again, if someone is a beneficent person, that person does good for others, does good things for others. Any other word from Ben that you can recall that has Ben in it? Yes, beneficent, benefactor, benediction. Have you heard this word, benediction? In case some of you follow, let's say the Pope's coronation ceremony, I hope it's called coronation only. So popes have these titles, Benedict. Benedict is a name also, Benedict Cumberbatch, yes? So what does this mean? Yes, actually, John Grisham, and even if you read Agatha Christie, some really good vocabulary. And it's the kind of vocabulary that does not hinder you. It won't stop you from reading the novel as such, but you will subconsciously grasp a lot of good words. Blessings, absolutely. Ben means good. Dict means spoken. Like diction, dictation, all of these have this root dict, which means to speak. Okay, so speaking good things. So benedictions are blessings, right? Benedict, a person who blesses. That's why popes have these titles, Benedict, etc., etc. Right? So blessings, benediction. And the opposite of benediction, any idea? Actually, that contains the opposite of this root, ben also. Ben ka opposite bhi hai usme. The opposite of the root ben is, comes from M. Any idea? It is mal. The opposite of ben is mal. Mal means bad. Okay, so benign, malign. Benefactor, malefactor. Beneficent, maleficent. Benediction, malediction. Okay, benevolent, Malevolent. So mal means bad. Okay, so we have all these words as opposites. So malediction is a curse. Malediction is a curse. Right? Mal, absolutely correct. Gaurav, Amrit, Zain, correct. And malevolent is someone who wishes bad things for you. Benign, if I say his benign presence, that means his good presence. If you try to malign someone on the other hand, you are trying to defame them. You are saying bad, evil things about them to tarnish their reputation. Right? Malefactor is a criminal. Malefactor has a slightly different meaning. Malefactor is a criminal, somebody who's done something bad. Okay. Malafide, bona fide, malafide. So yes, mal and ben are complete opposites of each other, and that is how they are used. Okay, so you have all these words as, you have the opposites of all these words in words starting from mal, right? So beneficent is something that, or someone who does good for you. Maleficent, something that causes you harm. Okay, and it's a very literary term. So I came across this, I think, in a horror novel. Yes, some ghost doing bad things. So maleficent, right? So yes, malign, malefied, correct. All these are correct. Malediction with an E. We need an E there. ठीक है, clear to everybody. Benevolent is somebody who wishes well for you, and magnanimous is again someone who is very charitable, very kind. So a benevolent person is also going to be kind. A magnanimous person is also going to be kind. Why? Because उनका दिल बड़ा है. ठीक है? These people have a big heart. So mag, big, anim here means heart. These big hearted people, right? It's not a medical condition that I'm talking about. It just means that they are very generous, very kind, right? So that is mag. Anim. Anim has multiple meanings. So here, for instance, heart. Okay, sorry. Magnus big, right? Anim in magnanimous means big-hearted. It also means mind. It also means soul. It also means breath. So everything that is not body, basically, that is not the flesh, heart, mind, soul, breath, these things are called anim. Right? Okay, Maleficent is a movie also. All right. Now, so magnanimous तो हमने guess कर लिया meaning, ठीक है? अब tell me the meaning of equanimous. Yes. What does equanimous mean? Equanimous. We know the roots very well. We know that it has equus, it has anim, and it has the suffix ous, which makes it an adjective. Composed, calm, absolutely correct. Calm, composed. Somebody who is of an equal or even-minded, person, an even-minded person is an equanimous person. The noun form of it is equanimity. Equanimity. That is composure, calmness. Right? Equanimity, calmness, quiet, composure, somebody who's at peace, right? And equanimous is the quality. OUS means having the quality of. All right. So here it means mind. So see, even one root can have multiple meanings. Okay. Pusillanimous. Pusillanimous. What does this mean? Comes from pusillanimous plus anim. Pusillanimous. If I call someone pusillanimous, if I say this person is a pusillanimous person, is that a compliment or is that an insult? Somebody who's timid, cowardly. Yes, that person is pusillanimous, so it is definitely an insult. Pusillanimous means weak. Pusillanimous means weak. Just a second. Yeah, it means weak. So weak-hearted, somebody who is weak-hearted is a coward person. Absolutely. Uni means one. Yes. Unity, numero uno. So unanimous. If I say that the board came to a unanimous decision to appoint Miss X as the chairperson. The board came to a unanimous decision to appointing Miss X as the chairperson. Yes. So in one voice. In one voice. Very good, Varun. Craven. Good, good, good. That you're making use of the words that we learned in the previous classes. Good. So unanimous response to something is in one voice. Okay, with one mind. That is the etymological meaning. Animus. Just animus. Okay, minus all the other things. It actually means hatred, which is weird, right? Because mind, soul, breath, they don't relate to hatred. So how come does animus as a noun mean hatred? Because it means to hate someone from your very core, from your very being, from your very soul. That sort of hatred is animus towards someone. Okay? So we've learned so many roots here and so many words. Anim, ben, volos means will or wish. That is why, you do voluntary work or you volunteer somewhere. You do it out of your own wish. Magn, which means big. Okay. Magnum Opus. Who will tell me the meaning of Magnum Opus? So words keep coming and I keep telling them. Yes. Animosity means hostility. Yes. It's a related word to anim. Animosity is hostility. Absolutely. All right. Magnum Opus, you have to tell me the meaning. Waiting for you. And in the meanwhile, we can look at this fill in the blank also. Yes. Somebody's best work, somebody's masterpiece. Okay, so Magnum Opus translates to masterpiece. It could be in the field of art, drama, literature, or even movies. Okay, even in cinema, right? So if I say that Devdas was Sanjay Leela Bhansali's magnum opus, that means it was his masterpiece, right? It was a very big project that he undertook. The paragon of a field, absolutely correct. Good, Gaurav. So, what do you say? Amrit says C, Varun B, Vicky C. Alright, so B, C, okay. What else? Alright. Nobody says D. Great artistic work, absolutely. Yes. No one says D. Consented? Rohan gave his consent, no? So why not consented? B, alright. Resented. Why would Rohan resent it? His friend is taking him also to have an ice cream, and Rohan had been itching to have an ice cream. He was very eager to have an ice cream. He wanted to have an ice cream. So resent क्यों करने लग जाएगा वो friend को? Yes, resent to when you resent someone, you are angry with them, and you basically see, if I break it etymologically for you, sent here means feeling. Okay, so you send your angry feelings back towards them in a way when you resent them. Your angry feelings are being sent back to them when you resent them. So no, he won't resent. It's a negative word. C is the answer. Good. So I thought that you would get confused between C and D, but it's good to see that most of you said C. Those few of you who responded. He quickly agreed is the word that I'm basically a word for agreed. That is what I'm looking for. Assented is the word for it. Consent is more of allowing something to happen, to give your permission in a way. to permit something. Okay, to permit. So to allow, to permit, that is to consent. Whereas here it's more about agreement. Ki haan chalte hain, right? So assented is the word, not consented. You know, these are two words that can be confused with each other. Common confusables. To resent someone is to have angry feelings, bitter feelings towards them. When you dissent, yes, who is a dissenter? Yes, tell me. Who is a dissenter? Okay, okay, okay. Assented is agreed. Correct, correct. He's not asking for permission, Varun. Acha asked him if they should go to an ice cream parlor. He quickly, see, it's not a sort of a formal permission that his friend is asking him for. No, कि क्या हम जा सकते हैं? And it's not like the friend won't go. If let's say Rohan disagrees, the friend won't have an ice cream. So it's not a situation where this sort of a hierarchical relationship exists that you have to give your permission there, right? So, dissented. Yes, yes, sure. Let's take some more examples. See, so when I say uh, the patient's family was asked to dash to the patient's surgery, right? The kin are asked, right? So now here, what do you think? To assent or to consent? What should I write? Let's see what you say. We feel yes, consent form, right? Good, Vicky. So here you are giving your permission. So they were asked to consent. They were asked to give their permission. They were asked to allow the patient surgery. Here they were not asked to agree to it. Ki haan, bas aap haan kar do. Right? That was not the idea. The idea is you give your permission. So that's the difference between consented and assented. Assented is agreed. Consented is permitted. Okay. Hope this helps. Now, resented, we understand. If you dissent, you protest, you say against, okay, you say things against. So, usually dissenting or dissenter is a person who dissents. Dissent means the act of protesting, okay. It is used particularly in a political context. So, when you particularly say something against the established authority, against the government, you have dissented, right? So if you read the newspaper, you must have come across this a lot, this word, um, dissent, like in the JNU case, happened way back, but then they were charged with sedition. So dissenters are usually charged with sedition. Sedition is an act that is against the state. Yes, you heard this word sedition. When you do an act that goes against the state, against the government, against the country, okay, the authority of the state, that is called sedition. All right. Dissenting opinions. Yes, dissenting opinions when your opinions don't match. Okay, there is a disagreement there. Absolutely. Dissenting opinions. Okay. Present we understand, but it is not related to this root sent. All the others have the root sent, which means feeling or opinion. Feeling or opinion. But present does not have it. I just included it because it looks similar. ठीक है? Present में S root है. ESS, which means B, essence. Essence वाला S. So sent and sense, feeling or opinion. Okay. All right. Yes, it's the new normal, Gaurav. Agreed. Last question for the day. He criticized his opponent. Why did he criticize his opponent? Yes. Tell me. Why did he criticize his opponent? No, wait. I have one more question after this. Yes, second last. So he criticized his opponent for making. Yes. So this is a question that I've done with some of you, already done with some of you. C, absolutely correct. For making reductive statements. Okay. So the root here is duct. Okay. Or deuce, deucer. Deucer is the full root. You can just remember deuce, which means to lead. Okay, so deductive logic, it leads you down. It leads you down to a narrow conclusion. Inductive logic, it leads you into an amplified conclusion. Reductive, when you lead back to zero, basically reduce, right? So reductive statements are those statements that are extremely simplistic in nature. Simplistic is the word that I'm using. Note its usage. Simplistic means something that simplifies something to such an extent that the matter loses its essence. Sometimes we can't simplify everything, no? So simplistic, reductive statements, this try to simplify something really complex, and in the process it loses its essence. So this person is making reductive statements, right? Conducive. Conducive. If I say this behavior is not conducive to learning, this behavior is not conducive to learning. It is not going to bring about, it is not going to help in learning, right? So conducive to means something that can bring about something, something that can help in something happening. It can actually lead you to something, right? Seductive, we understand, something that allures, something that leads you into a desired action, entices you into a desired action, right? Something that allures, entices, alluring, enticing. So the root here was duct or deucer. You can also just learn duct or deuce, which means lead or led. Lead, to lead someone to something, or led. Re is back, in is into, D is down, con means together. All prefixes. All prefixes. Right? Are things clear? The words that we did today, are they clear to you? Any query that you have, please ask. The important thing is to revise them. Okay. All right. Yes. Sorry. I told you, that I'll do a word that has the root pugn. So here is that question. Okay. So match the following. It's extremely easy. Favorable conditions. Yes. Yes. Conducive conditions. Absolutely. Favorable conditions are conducive conditions because they help to bring about an outcome. Okay, last question for the day. I actually added it separately because of that other question, repugnant. Yes, repugnant, all of us know now, it is disgusting. Okay, but what is the root behind it? What is the meaning of the other words? What do you say? Last question. I want enthusiastic response. Come on, come on. A, all right. Others? Have you ever wondered why the dog pug is called a pug? Pug actually means a fist. It means a fist. And if you notice, the dog's face does look like a fist. So that's why a pug is called a pug. Pug means to fight. Okay, from fist comes to fight. Yes, correct. A, B, all right. So some of you say A, some of you say B. Yes, face resembles a fist. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. So A versus B. Let's have a look. Pugnacious. Someone who's always ready to fight. Pugnacious. Tendency hai कि fight ही करता रहता है. That person is a belligerent person. We have done the words belligerent, bellicose in one of our previous sessions. Okay, always ready to fight. Pugilist. A pugilist is a boxer. Fights with his or her fists. Impugn. When you impugn, let's say, someone's honesty, you are calling their honesty into question. You are disputing their honesty in a way. when you impugn, normally we impugn the truth of a statement, the honesty of a person, the quality, the integrity, etc. So impugn is to call into question, to dispute. So what our answer is going to be? Option A. B is to belligerent. C, pugilist means boxer. Impugn means to call into question. This is a verb. Right, so now we know the root of repugnant also. Something that you fight back, something that you find so repulsive that you fight it back. Right? Okay. So this is the root here. I hope all the words are clear to you. And yes, please revise them. This is our CAT 2023 batch. You can enroll in it in case you're preparing for the next year. And otherwise, you can tell your friends about it. This is our, everything that we are offering. Okay, so 70 plus marks. This is a feature of our CAT 2023 batch. Okay, comes with the CAT 2023 batch, right? And yes, we will be starting with an IIM Bangalore previous year paper series. Why? Because IIM Bangalore is framing the paper this year. So let's see what kind of papers they've made in 2007 and 2016. Okay, so we look at the solutions, of course, we'll analyze the papers, all of that, right? So it will start from 1st October on our YouTube channel, right? And yes, mock, I've already announced about this. So you can register now and do follow us on various social media platforms. We can stay connected via Telegram. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, right? All right. Welcome all of you. Welcome. And I'll see you tomorrow at 12. Yes. Thank you for attending. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Welcome. Welcome. Bye.